So one thing I think that's really important to be aware of is your own intuition, listening to your own intuition, having self-awareness of how things are making you feel, how, you know, the food you're consuming, the things you're doing, the behaviors and your habits, how they're making you feel, how, you know, environments are making you feel, people. And a lot of people are just ignoring their own intuition. We have a powerful thing, you know, our gut and our heart, our other brains apart from the normal brain that everyone talks about. And these have intelligence that a lot of people are not aware of. They're not connected to their bodies. Now, for thousands of years, we've used things that we don't use no more, and that, you know, that society don't want us to be powerful. They don't want us to use our, you know, our power really, and to be aware of that, and to understand that we're spiritual beings. And this is why I think a lot of people are suffering from mental health, because they have a lack of self-awareness, lack of understanding within themselves and in an energetic and spiritual level. So the foods we eat are a massive thing. We literally become the foods that we eat, and the thoughts that we think, and the behaviors that we do. And now when you're doing these unconsciously, you're literally just at the effect of all the causes of your unconscious behaviors, thought patterns. So the things, like I said, the things you eat, the people you have around you. So when you can make these conscious, you can make a conscious change. And your gut feeling is never wrong. Like, it's just like, how many times have you had that gut feeling? And you know, everyone has an intuitiveness and a psychic ability that most people just fucking ignore, and they're not aware of, and they're not, you know, sort of understanding of that, and they're not open to understanding it. But I think when you can master yourself and you have that self-awareness of, you know yourself, and you know what is, you know, valuable to you, you know, the direction you want to go, you know, the energy you're putting out, and you know what you're going to get back from that. So that's a, you know, a law of attraction thing, and about how the energy that you put out and the things that you're doing ultimately determine who you are, who you become, the outcomes you get with your goals from day-to-day life. So being healthier, losing fat, building muscle, it doesn't matter what it is, but having that awareness of what is sabotaging you. Are you sabotaging your own results? Are you sabotaging yourself, you know, becoming better? And the things that you're doing, are you aware, like, how they're making you feel? Because we're putting foods in our body and they're making us ill, and we're doing stressful things, we're overstimulating with technology, we're, you know, there's so many different things, we're using those as examples. So how are these things making you feel? Next time you have a meal, how is that food making you feel? Now, this is something that I've become really good at. Like, I know what foods make me feel a certain way. I know this is why I don't like putting shit in my body. And you know, I like a donut, I like a cake now and again, but it's just not beneficial for me to do it very often. And you know, eating certain foods and junk food, and having, even for example, having negative people around you or negative energy around you in the environments, you've got to be very conscious of that. And it's not a selfish thing to protect your own energy, whatever anyone says, because your health and your well-being is a number one paramount. Because if you haven't got that, you can't look after the people you care about, or you know, progress and you know, influence others in a positive way. So I think this is really important. So start becoming aware of your body. This is why meditation is so important, because you're sitting in stillness and you're becoming awareness. You're not a form, you're not an identity of who you think you are, this body. You just become consciousness. And then when you do that, you can literally become in the moment, and you can make changes in the subconscious, and you can feel and understand your emotions, your energy. And then you can transform. You can transform as a person, and you can ultimately feel better, because energetically, the emotion and energy that you feel is who you are. So if you're on a low energy and a low emotion, then you're gonna, you know, ultimately going to be on a, you know, on a depressive mental state. So understand how much these things you're doing, and the things that, you know, we're doing day to day as an average in a society of, you know, on our phones all day, like I talked about. We're doing just things that just stress us out all the time. The toxins in the food, literally anything, like the things, you know, we're tense, we've got tension in the body, we're not stretching, we're not connecting. So when a lot of people, we're just not living in the moment, and we're not, you know, we're not really, like I said, being aware of just us, how we're being, what we're doing, how it's affecting us, and ultimately taking control of, you know, ourselves, our direction, and who we become.